Hey everybody, just before the new year will come and we transition into 2025, I have a spontaneous message. There's a lot of other topics I would like to cover, but yeah, when the time is there, the time is there. Um, Today I want to talk about natural fine-tunement or natural self-regulation. Um, in life, there is a self regulating mechanism that is preventing domination in general, because domination and immortality would be the end of life. Everything that exists, actually, so life is even um, extended into existence itself. If you apply that principle that I will share with you, you will see that even the whole universe, the cosmos, is living. It means that everything that exists is looped. And to loop something, we need death. And we need to prevent any form of domination. So we are living in a universe, our universe, where we perceive time in a certain way, and we perceive it in a way that um, entropy is ever increasing. So when the Big Bang started, everything was in a form or order. So everything was tidied up. Everything was in order. And then the Big Bang happened. You could, by the way, say the state of order means a consciousness that perceives itself, knows everything, but can't do anything, and there's no external experience, because experience needs not knowledge, it needs to have forgotten, and thus you need to experience. So when the Big Bang happened, this all conscious state forgot everything immediately and thus opened up a space for maximum experience. And the experience means that everything that happens has to happen in the timeline that is being unfolded. And in the process, entropy increases. And this means slowly, 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 this consciousness, this initial consciousness, remembers everything. As a parallel in human life, vital force, vitality, potential is limited, or is um, reverse or reciprocal to experience. So at the end of your life, you have the maximum experience and you know the most about life, but your life force is going near zero. When you are born, you have a lot of potential and energy, life force, but you know nothing about life. You might, by the way, say, well, but life is, or our universe is not looped because there was the Big Bang and what was before, and how, there might be the big freeze, the big crunch, whatever. Yeah, but there's also, first of all, theory of the big bounce, which would loop the Big Bang, as well that there is a theory that there is a parallel universe where time is going in the other direction. So for them, they would look at us and say that our time goes in a very strange direction, because in this universe it's normal that entropy gets less and less and less, and it's all going backward. So you could, if this would be true, see time as a loop, And it's just we that perceive the timeline going clockwise, but there could be someone where it goes in the other direction, and there could be other beings that perceive time as everything happening at the same time, or they can send their consciousness wherever they want. So also, infinite growth, by the way, in life means cancer. And any animal or human being or whatever that has cancer has to die, and it ends there, which means this is why we have to accept the moment of, we have to accept it. Death is not bad. Death is the basis for all life and all beauty that we can perceive in life. Also, there is a principle of complexity versus simplicity. So complexity can beat, through adaptation and evolution, can beat or be dominant over simplicity. So we have more evolving predators. We have more evolving life forms of whatever kind. Doesn't necessarily have to be a predator. But at some point, a very simple virus, a very simple bacteria, a very simple threat comes and wipes it out because it was too complex. And complexity comes with a price because it has vulnerabilities and weaknesses. And that is, for instance, that a complex animal can never adapt as quick to a new life circumstance as a simple animal. So one of the strongest life forms on Earth, by the way, a third life form which is not plant and not animal, are fungi. And they have such a huge gene pool because they have been here since forever. They were the first to live on land. They have already found all the answers for all the things that happened in their history, and this means they have the answers for everything to come as well. They can quickly adapt to anything, okay? And they are rather simple compared to other complex life forms such as us. So there is, so you see, there are mechanisms that stop any dominance or any infinite growth, because this would mean the end of it all. We need everything to be looped and limited. Complexity is limited. The lifespan is limited. If it wasn't, it would mean the end of it all, okay? So we also see in human psyche, and in politics, by the way, too, that people also self-deceive and transcend into concepts. The concept of good, the concept of truth, the concept of right. And they then get into an ideology, which means tunnel visioning and going into one direction. So choose any party that you want or political direction and assume that you are convinced they are doing the right thing. You have this concept of truth and right. They do the right things. They have the right idea. You follow a concept. And then these people, you elect them, they come to power and dominance, and they start doing things. But then, we are living in a becoming ever-changing world. And the people will, and this is a human experience, at some point lose grip of a situation or have backlash, or there will be time to let go. Because remember, everything needs to be looped, which means the end, the death, must be accepted. But people don't want to accept that. So they will not let go of power because they are doing the right thing. They follow the concept of truth. And thus they will start to compromise and hide things that they do in the dark, which means a shadow manifests in their life and they compromise this. This could be, is also seen in the world of celebrities. What do you think why Epstein Island is a real thing? Why do you think all these dark sides of the entertainment industry in Hollywood starting to surface? What do you think why in history a lot of great people or kings have had very dark desires and were corrupted by the freedom of choice that they had, and also by the concept of truth and right that they projected to the outside. But under the surface, they were starting doing things that are completely opposite of the picture they projected. So this goes to the extent of people coming from the self-delusion of doing the right thing, and in order to get more influence to do more good, so you see the self-delusion, I am good because I came with good intentions and I was doing the good thing. Now I want to do more good, but I'm having some troubles. There is some resistance there, and now I have to do bad in order to keep on doing good. So we see this in the politics, we see this in the life of celebrities, we see this in individuals, no matter in what context. They get very corrupted and start doing very shady things. A shadow manifests because they are convicted that what they do is good, and in order to do good, they have to do a lot of evil and bad things. So, yeah, I just want to put this admittedly unfinished chain of thoughts. I just want to put this out there. But I want to add something as well. See, at some point, it's not about the concepts anymore, whether something is right or true. It's just about the outcome. So there can be people who talk a lot about concepts, about truth, righteousness, doing the right thing, following the right idea. But when you look at the outcomes of whatever they do in their life, about the biography, about their deeds, you see it's terribly different from this original concept and idea. So we need to learn to not listen so much at what people say and picture they project, but look at what they do and the results of that. And this also shows something that at some point we might have to change our point of view. Because at some point, when there is someone or a person or a group supporting something like the Epstein Island, so let's say there is just things that you cannot, that are not about a concept or a truth. It's just outright not acceptable to do certain things. And I don't want to speak them. I want to tell you that people without a moral core, who are clearly evil and doing evil things, we just have to stop this and elect and choose as our representation in the world of politics, or we have to become politicians ourselves that fight this, no matter the case, because it's very hard to say what is the truth and what is the right thing to do in many cases, but it's very easy to say what we not want. Okay? So that being said, it's very hard to see through the current situation in the world and this game of narrations and re-narrations and re-narrations and alternate facts and all of that. But we can always simplify it by look at the outcomes, look at what people do, look at our heart, the intuition, and at the end of the day, we need to serve I believe we still need to serve life in some way. This is the only real compass we have. We are bound to a body, and the body is a part of a living cosmos. That's the only compass we have. What does life need to thrive?